Every Monday night, New York's toughest cop is back. See the drama of Witchblade every Monday night at 9, only on TNT.
Still drying the track out here at Pocono, trying to get the Pennsylvania 500 underway. Let's see, there was a plate of 3 hot dogs here. There's just one left. But I know I haven't had anything to eat. So, Matt, give me a break here. I need to have something to eat.
Well, Alan, let's talk to the 4-time NASCAR Winston Cup champion, Jeff Gordon. You've been up debriefing with Robbie Loomis. The sun's out. We've had rain today, so you compound that. Is that an advantage or disadvantage for you?
I hope it's an advantage. You know, typically when the track gets really slick, gets a lot of rubber down, usually the DuPont Chevrolet is pretty good. We're just stuck in a bunch of traffic right now, and those first 27 laps weren't a lot of fun, but hopefully we can get some track position. We need the long green flag runs. I heard Mark Martin talking about that. We're the same way. We need long green flag runs, and we'll, you know, I think slowly but surely work our way to the front. It's a 500-mile race. We hope we get all 500 in, because I think we can be a factor in this race at the end of the day.
Now, when you look back to last year, you were on such a run during the summer months. You were in the zone, as you said before. A lot of guys in the garage are worried once you break through and get a win that you guys are going to be back in the zone.
Yeah, you know, that go-kart race we had last night gave me a little confidence. So
we can't really talk. We can't say who won, but we will say you scored a top 4 finish.
I'm not saying about who won. I just got a lot of confidence coming off that race last night. But no, you know, this is you got to work hard and just stay after it. You can't get frustrated. We've had a lot of moments where maybe we could build some momentum from it, or we've had moments that we could really tear ourselves down. And this team has stayed solid through all the ups and downs that we've gone through this year. It just doesn't seem like when we get the great cars that are capable of winning that we can capitalize on it, and we hope that we can start doing that. I know we're capable of it, but you know, the things just have to materialize and happen, and this is a great place for us. Pocono is a track we've won races at. We always run well here. We didn't qualify very good, but I think we got a car. If we can take it and get it up in the front, I think we can really show something.
Now, you've been on both sides of the coin, both winning and losing. Which is more infectious?
Come on, man. The only reason I'm here is to win. I don't like anything else that we do here other than winning. That's what it's all about. That's what we do, you know. That's why we love what we do, is to come out here and compete against the best, and to feel what it's like to get to victory lane is what keeps you going each and every weekend. And when you don't get there, it just makes you appreciate it more and more and more, and it makes you work harder to get back there, and that's what we're doing right now.
So winning is more infectious, but first off, we're looking back at the video. There's rumors that the officials may penalize your crew chief for passing.
Oh, I think they should have penalized him for a lot of things. It's a good thing that he's a crew chief. That's all I got to say. But you know what's funny is he never is pushing me to go out and do all these things that he was doing when he was behind the wheel. I mean, he was doing some things that were just
He's a wild man.
Out of control. Absolutely. I was shaking my head. I couldn't believe some of the. I mean, they'd say give the one to go and he'd start passing cars. You know, they'd say pass on the left, he'd pass on the right, or they'd say pass on the right, he'd pass on the left. I mean, he did everything opposite of what everybody was telling him to do. But I'm just glad he knows how to make the right calls from up on top of that box.
Well, we've heard enough of the talk about the go-kart race. We'll find out the true results next Sunday in our Discover Countdown to Green. We'll see all the video, and the video will tell the whole story. Marty?
Well, Matt, I think Terry Labonte would have taken all of them in the go-kart race. How about that? Because he's a 2-time Winston Cup champion. Yeah, one as many as Jeff. That's okay. I'm going to protest. We're sitting down for this interview because, you know, us pit reporters have to walk around, go get all these interviews. Those booth guys sitting up there in the AC, sitting down, hanging out. That's not fair, is it?
It doesn't look like it is. You look like you were wore out walking up.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
How about your race car? You guys have really turned it around lately, Terry.
Yeah, I tell you what, we've got a good car here. We're running good. We broke an air wrench on our pit stop there, so we lost a lot of spots. But I think we got a pretty good car. So Kellogg's team's doing a good job, and we'll try to fight back and have a good run today.
3 top 15s in the last 4 races. Is that consistency I see there?
It is, but we're not where we want to be. We're kind of knocking on the top 10 door, and we really need to be up in the top 10. And last week we probably could have had a top 15, and I kind of went to sleep. They had a wreck late in the race, and I checked up because I thought they were thought it was going to be a bigger wreck than it really was.
Wasn't as big as you thought it was.
And I lost about 6 or 7 spots there, and I never got them back. But we've been doing pretty good, though.
Let's talk about your week after Chicago. You left Sunday night after Chicago, went to your place in Texas, and there was a problem there. What happened?
Well, to make a long story short, we kind of Texas is parts of it have been experiencing some flash flooding, and a river been out of the bank, or more than one of them. We've had a lot of rain down there, and we got there, and my property backs up to a river, and so I knew where it was because the guy next door told me, and so we felt like we'd be fine getting in. And as we got there, it started raining, and it rained probably, gosh, I don't know, 10 or 12 inches, I guess, and we kind of got caught in a flash flood, and the truck, we got the truck stuck in the mud, and the water was up above the radio speakers and the doors, and we were stuck there for a couple of days before we got out. We finally got out, but it was we'd get up about every hour and look and see how close the river was to the house, and I think that's when it dawned on me that I don't have flood insurance.
Not good.
Not good, and I probably built my house a little too close to the river, so it was kind of really scary, though, and it kind of made you realize what those folks are going through down there.
Funny now, but wasn't funny at the time. And you know what I think? I think it all flowed down from Wally's house to your house.
Marty,
Don't you agree with that?
That's the direction it was coming from.
Marty,
Yep.
Marty,
Yes.
tell him I sent a note in a bottle and I threw it out, but I don't know if he got it or not.
Wally said he sent a note in a bottle, and you didn't get it, did you? You were supposed to grab it.
Well, believe it or not, the current was a little bit stronger than I thought. I saw it go by, and I couldn't catch it.
All right, they had to take a 24-mile ride in four-wheelers to get back to his truck, which was 100 yards from the house. They had a really tough week. Got there on Sunday night, couldn't get home until Tuesday night. Bill.
Okay, Marty, we're right next door hanging out with Kyle Petty. First of all, let's talk about your car here. How is it?
We've struggled this week. I think John's been really good, and Jerry's been really good, the Georgia Pacific car and the Cheerios car, but we struggled with the Sprint car a little bit, and we're still struggling. We were in here running some numbers through a computer, trying to figure out what kind of rubbers we could put in and what kind of shock adjustments and wedge and stuff. So we're going to try a different setup when we go back here in a minute.
I know you had an unfortunate end to your race last week, but your car looked good early in that race, Kyle.
It was decent. We've kind of struggled the last 4 or 5 races. We haven't been as good as what we wanted to be. We went through a stretch early in the year where the Sprint Dodge was really good. We were good week in and week out, and we felt like we were making ground. We've just kind of maintained, and when you start to climb and then you only maintain, you feel like you're sliding backwards almost. But I think the last 3 or 4 weeks, Stephen Lane and Hyder and everybody's worked really hard, and we're getting there little by little.
Okay, I know you have a race to run midweek at Schrader's place.
Schrader just invites people out there so he can beat us up. I think that's what it is in this 10-lap. I heard him say 10-lap, kind of show race, whatever. So when he laps us 4 times in 10 laps, it's, then he's the hero. But, Kenny's done a phenomenal job. He's always been a part of anything that we've done with the charity ride. When we announced, Patty and I, that we were looking at doing the Victory Junction Game Camp, Kenny was one of the first people to sign up. And to go to Peely, he's asked me a couple times. I hadn't had an opportunity, but to go out there on a night like this and to have Steve Park, and I hope Steve's doing better. I was praying for him when I saw that happen, but hope Steve, and you look at Steve and Dale Jr. and some of the guys that are going to be out there, and to come out there to his place and race and have him be a part of the Victory Junction Game Camp, I think means a lot to our family, so it's important.
Autographs and everything. Sounds like a great time.
It's going to be a big time, and on top of that, Kenny said he'd buy dinner. That's the most exciting part.
Okay, thanks, Kyle. Best of luck here.
Thank you, man.
All right, that's Kyle Petty. They continue to work on the racetrack here, trying to get it dry. The sun is out. It's a nice afternoon in Pocono. We want to go race it. We'll be right back.